Welcome back. If you're just joining, it's Trending O'Clock, and you know this is where we'll talk about all the trending gist on the internet. I am Mercy Irabo, and I am never alone in the studio. I have with me the beautiful, gorgeous E to the N to the K to the A to the Y and K.
Thank you so much, Mercy, for that
Thank
intro.
you
Thank
for
so much
joining me on
It's a
Trending
pleasure. Always a
today.
pleasure.
And you know how we do it here.
Of course.
Are you ready?
Let's chop it like a
All right. Okay, so our first gist today is this powerful condemnation of loan apps by Pastor Paul Eneche, the founder of Dunamis International Gospel Center. So he said that loan app is not a good one for Nigerians, that it's a negative influence, and then that they signed this agreement, like the owners of loan apps signed this agreement with some agents of debt. I'm not the one saying it. Well, let's see the footage.
That those loan app people are in covenant with the spirit of death. Yes, I say that without apology because many people have literally committed suicide and many are on the brink of suicide. They beg people to get the loan. They plead with people. They appear on people's screens. They are very good. They are planning to help you. They don't want you to be embarrassed. They don't want you to be under financial pressure, not knowing that the master of all pressure is the pressure from them. By the time people succumb and pick that loan, that is when you realize that devils exist. They harass the hell out of your life. I don't know the time they have. I don't. Maybe it's an automated phone call or text message system. We are going to deal with you. In fact, I hear that sometimes they publish people's obituary. Yes, message to your contacts. We are going to publish your details online. We are going to let the world know that you are a criminal. They should never deal with you. May God deliver this generation.
Amen.
May you never be a victim of such agents of the devil. In Jesus' name.
So we just heard it. He said there are traps for many people and they keep falling into them. Madam Enke, what's your take on this?
Well, I kind of understand where he's coming from because, I mean, I have actually been sent such messages before. Yeah. I mean, a friend of mine who allegedly was involved.
I think
this,
everybody have
they
received
send
that
messages
text.
that this is from this person is a fraud, this person is this, we'll catch him, we'll arrest him, we'll do all. Sometimes when I ask them, they say they never took money from such loan apps. But I think I understand where he's going to because sometimes these people, they lure you
exactly
to collect money from them. And then when it becomes like you're not paying back, it's difficult for you to pay back. They begin to threaten you and send you all kinds of messages. But aligning it to spiritual aspects, that's the one that's
that's the thing. But the truth is, it's actually really bad. I one time like that, I saw this picture of my friend. Should I say this flyer, obituary and all of that, with her own Facebook account. So I was surprised. I was like, why would she be posting? If she's dead, then who is posting it? So I tried reaching out to her and she said she doesn't even know how come these people got her details, everything, that they even sent it to some of her contacts and all of that. And you know the funniest part, they were still calling her, begging her to pay. And I was like, so tell them that you are dead.
She collected money.
Yeah, she said she actually collected and she's been trying to pay, but you know, the economy and all of that, she's not been able to pay. But the truth is, I told her, I said, tell them you are dead. And the dead cannot pay loan. Like, how can you publish somebody's obituary and you want this person to still pay the debt? That is totally uncalled for. And
yeah, I think that's why he's linking it to the demonic aspect now, because sometimes it doesn't sound normal.
Yeah.
Well, you know, these things happen, right? I mean, I feel like they usually take these things too far. It's okay if someone borrows money from you, takes a loan from you, and then you give the person a certain period of time to pay. If the person doesn't pay within that period of time, there should be a time of grace, sort of, to say, okay, we've given you extra time. If you don't pay within this extra time, we would publish your names. Yeah. But going ahead to starting on obituary, are you declaring the person dead? So if the person dies, how does the person now pay back
the loan? So
I think those are the extremes.
Yeah, and I understand where he's also coming from. That so many, just imagine somebody that this person is just passing through a lot and decided to like, let me just secretly take this loan, and then you're announcing it, you're publicizing it, and all of that. It might end in depression, and this person commits suicide and all of that.
So cases of that has happened.
And they claim that this whole thing is actually written on their terms and conditions. And you know, we Nigerians, we don't read terms and conditions.
We don't read.
They will go any length to get back their money. So any length. Publishing the obituary flyer.
So this is any length.
Yes,
that's why
length.
I tell people, if you know you cannot follow up with something, don't start it. Don't start what you know you cannot finish.
Exactly.
It's better I ask for money from you than I take a loan that I don't even know how to pay. Because sometimes people take these loans and they don't have plans to pay back. They don't know how they're going to pay back. Because probably they want to use it to do a business and the business doesn't work out and then the money is gone. And then they start struggling to pay back. So if you're not sure of how you want to complete something, I would advise you don't start it. So you don't put yourself under unnecessary pressure and then you begin to receive threats from here and there that will push you to do things that you're not supposed to do. So avoid it.
So that's a very free advice from NK. So you don't start off something you know you can never finish. And I think that this whole loan thing is something that we Nigerians really need to think well. And I know we don't read terms
and they pop up conditions.
On your phone. Exactly. One time like that, they even called one of my friends. They called her, hello, we're calling from this. We want to tell you that you are entitled, you are eligible for this amount of loan. And she was like, I don't need loan, thank you. Like they were pressurizing her to take this loan. That's you want her to take the loan. At the end of the day, you start dragging these people. And then most times they come with this whole enticing thing and just be like, and they make it look like the thing is very easy. It's just for you to take it. You can pay back whenever you feel like. And you read terms and conditions, because like this you can never sue them because they will tell you it is boldly written there.
So if you don't read
any
it,
length,
you miss it.
Any length to get back our money. So let's try as much as possible to read terms and conditions.
You know, someone once said that if you want to hide information from a black man, put it in a book. Because he knows that the black man will not read that book.
And you know the funniest thing about these terms and conditions, they're always lengthy and very tiny. You know those things that will be so tiring to read.
When you want to open a bank account, they give you the form to fill. There are terms and conditions behind that you have to read. Because if you don't read it, I think there is a column you need to mark that you have read the terms and conditions.
And the truth is, most times we just go there.
We just go there.
We don't read. We just go there. Tick. I accept.
Please, from today, start reading.
Read what you accept,
so that you will know what you are putting your hands into.
So you will know if you are even signing your death warrants.
You don't know. Please read.
All right, so that's that on that. Let's try as much as possible to read our terms and conditions before signing, before saying I accept. Well, that's on that. Yes, so Prophet Odumeji is trending again. He's back in the spotlight, and this time around, it's not about deliverance, prophecies, or comedy skits.
The Indaboski.
So he said that he won't die, he will just fly away like Elijah that went like a wild wind with chariots of fire to heaven. So he said that he will just fly away, nobody will see his corpse. Prophet Odumeji. The one thing about this man is that he knows how to keep trending. He knows how to make it to the headlines, and he knows how to keep being there. You understand?
I don't know.
Even me,
the last time he released the music, and I thought that music actually went viral.
Yes, it did.
It went viral, but I don't even know where to place that music. But I started hearing it in lounges and clubs and the rest of them.
He featured somebody.
He featured Flavor.
Yeah.
Now this man has come out again in the spotlight to say he's going to that nobody will see his corpse.
Exactly.
I think he was preaching in his church, telling his congregation that, and then he said he's the second biggest preacher after TB Joshua. He made mention of that, saying that nobody would see his corpse, that he would just go, that his time on earth is very short.
It's very funny.
Sir, you need to be calming down. I know you are the Indabuski, but you need to be calming down. Yes, a lot of things are exaggerated, especially.
Yeah.
I don't know, the preachers of nowadays. I don't know. They tend to deviate from the message of Christ to the message of themselves.
Most of them, they
which
just want to keep trending.
they
And
just
for
want
this
to keep
man, I wouldn't
trending.
really call him a controversial preacher like the way people tagged him to be.
Yeah.
I just feel this man is just a content creator. He just wants to keep creating
He
content.
even made it worse.
He just want to keep creating content. I'm sure he gets money because he knows how to keep trending. Like he's always doing. I don't know if it's
He knows how to get
intentionally
you to keep talking about
him.
Yeah.
Like I think for some time when I was not really heard about him, and I just thought of what should I do?
It just came out of
I
the
will not
blues.
die. I will just
But
fly
I mean,
away.
so what should we use that information for? Since we're not going to see your court, what are we going to use information for?
Maybe he's using it for evangelism.
I mean,
to win souls.
I feel like people should focus. If you say you are a preacher, you are called to preach. I think people should focus on that. However you're going to go, it's not for us to decide. We're not there when you supposedly allegedly said that this was your mission. In fact, he said his mission was to preach the gospel, Abi. So now he has fulfilled his mission and his time on earth is now short. Sir, we are here watching.
I don't know
The
if
video is very clear.
if there's something that we don't know that he knows that we don't know. I think
We are watching, no?
there's
We are
actually
watching.
more to this whole thing.
So-
But the truth is, like I said, you love him or not, one thing is certain. This
He
man
will always
actually
trend.
knows how to trend. And Mercy is here to keep bringing the gist
Yes, so
as soon as they drop.
As soon
Yes,
as they
so
drop.
our third story today. Social media activists. Vincent Martins Ose, popularly known as Very Dark Man,
VDM.
is back again, shaking tables. This time around with EFCC. So this fight is not a new fight. I think he just decided that let me resume this fight because this whole thing happened. I think it started May this year when the EFCC arrested him. But we saw that kind of arrest like kidnap because it wasn't really looking like arrest. So after then, he said they refused to give him back his phones. Imagine since May, and this is August, you are still holding back his phones. Well, let's see the footage. Let's hear what he has to say.
Are there. Go and track them and ask them. Very Dark Man don't do fraud. Like I said, EFCC. Please, take me to court this week or give me my phone. Let me help the Nigerians that I want to help. Thank you very much. And don't play. If you play, you go and learn.
So Very Dark Man is this man that I think is this
He's
only
very
person that
audacious.
can dare EFCC. Like he
Very
feels he doesn't
audacious.
really have any sin. Like I dare you to charge me to court or return my phone.
You know, Very Dark Man is someone who is very audacious.
Yeah.
And is someone who will tell you as it is. He doesn't care who you are or whatever you represent. He will tell you as it is.
As it is.
And I think that's one thing that has endeared many Nigerians to him. You know, the fans he has, you know, love the fact that he's very blunt and he's very passionate about the people that he's speaking up for. Now, I don't know for whatever reason EFCC apprehended him,
Yeah.
you know, and decided to go through his phone, of which that is not supposed to be their job anyways. But holding on to his phone since May, and this is September, that's a long time. Whatever they needed to have gotten, they should have gotten it by now. Or if not, I would just see that as you know, when person say they find trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like the EFCC should come out clean and tell us what it is they have with VDM.
Yeah.
And if it's not something that has to do with his phone, I think they should release his phone. Probably they may have forgotten that they actually took his phone.
How can you forget somebody's gadget?
But what better explanation would you want to give for it? I feel like there is something that is hidden that we don't know now.
That we don't know.
That is between VDM and EFCC, or probably someone is sponsoring it.
I
and
feel
has told
somebody
the
might
EFCC
be sponsoring
to
it because
hold on to the
if
phone.
there's
because
something,
if there is no phone, he will not have a million to talk. You know, so the man will buy food
because
tomorrow.
if there's really anything fishy, I'm not sure Very Dark Man will be bold enough to come
to
online
say,
to say,
take me to court.
I dare you to charge me to court. And that's the right thing to do.
Yeah,
if
that's
there's
the right thing to
something in his
that they
phone,
have
if you've
against
seen
him,
anything, charge him
they
to
should-
court.
they should
Why should
bring-
you just
yeah.
hold on to his phone? And then his lawyer came out some time ago to say that they locked him out of his iCloud and everything. He doesn't even
They are
have
trying
access to anything.
to limit his access to do certain
I don't
things.
know. This is not supposed to be so.
Yeah,
it's only
it's not
Nigeria that we
supposed to
have.
be.
We get to see things
We
like
tend
this.
to see people who are influential, who have the power to do whatever,
Yeah.
you know, influence. Even these government agencies, you see people who they don't have any reason to, but they call on the police, they call on the EFCC, they call on these agencies, go and take down this person, go and bring this person down, go and arrest this person, just for their own personal gains, just because they have the power to do it. So I feel like someone is behind it, or
Yeah.
the EFCC should come out and tell us what VDM's
His offense.
offense
Yeah.
is, right? And of course, if it needs to be charged to court, if EDM has said, charge me to court, take me to court, or give him his phone. So if you feel there was something fishy, I think you should just take it up in a legal way.
Well, we know that AFCC will respond soon. They're always responding. In fact, at the point
Let's
I was
see what
like,
they have
hope
to
these
say.
ones are not content creators too, because
If they don't
the way
respond,
you know-
then we'll know that there is something
Exactly.
fishy.
So I know they will respond soon, and once they respond, sure, I'll bring them to you
Right here.
as soon as they drop. So let's see how that case will end. Yes, for our last story today, imagine waking up in the morning and you step outside your apartment and you find this new notice from your landlord that no wearing of short skirts and no form of a romantic involvement will be tolerated
Oh,
in this
wow.
compound.
Okay.
So, let's see the footage.
The landlord is very, very serious. See here, Kaswa, notice, no wearing of short skirts, no hookup activities. You see? So you have to take note. No wearing of short skirts, no hookup activities. It's very good. Some of you rent house, you be wearing your mini skirt up and down, seducing people's husband up and down. You men to stop wearing boxer up and down.
So you heard it. Like, okay, in as much as I know that we're not supposed to support indecent dressing and all of that, but the truth is, I think there's supposed to be boundaries to these things. Why should
So
my
wait.
landlord tell me what to wear in my apartment?
Okay, so I'm in my house.
Yeah.
I should not wear mini skirts.
Mm-hmm.
No hookup activities. I can understand. It's not a brothel. But hey, it's a landlord, Abi. My house, my rules. You know, when you watch Big Brother Naija, they will tell you this is Biggie's house. Biggie's
Yeah.
house, Biggie's
Biggie's
rules,
rules.
right? So
Mhm.
Nami gets house. So if you're coming in to stay in my house, these are my rules. It's either you stay or you go. And I also feel like the landlord coming out to say such, maybe he has seen a lot of stuff before. Maybe previous tenants have shown him this kind of traits and it wasn't pleasant. And so for future tenants, this is what I don't want, probably. But then again, I feel like these are strict rules.
Strict rules.
Strict rules.
The truth is,
For the hookup, I can understand.
Of course.
You know, but no wearing of short skirts. I mean, I'm in my house.
okay, the truth
It's
is, you
not a
just talked
church.
about maybe he has seen some in the past and
Yeah.
he's trying to avert some. But the
Yeah.
truth is, have you really met some terrible landlords?
They
They would keep
disturb
creating
the hell
rules,
out of you.
and create until they frustrate you and you pack
You
out
pack
of the
out.
house. So this one coming out to
Sometimes
say
they will
no
even
wearing of.
increase rent,
the rent,
without
just-
giving you notice or telling you whatever it is for.
So for this one coming out to say no wearing of short skirts, I know tomorrow you might just wake up and say no laughing in this compound after
Or
8
no
p.m.
Jen after 8 p.m.
That one is normal. In fact, go to Benin.
Oh
It's
my
very
goodness.
normal. Landlord will tell you once it's this time, you don't need to put on your
No
gem.
noise.
If you even put on your gem, they will put it off.
Oh wow.
You cannot put on. That's why I said, have you really stayed in apartments with?
That's
why
crazy.
people try when people are trying to rent an apartment, they just say, please, I need apartments with no
with
landlords
no
because they're
landlords.
tired of this whole landlord saga every
So if
now
the
and
landlord
then.
is staying in the compound, that's where the big issue
That's when the
is.
issue keeps coming because he must react to everything.
And you know, people do these things now that, you know, getting a house can be quite cumbersome,
Yeah.
very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Because of the skyrocketing, you know, the rent fees and the rest of them. But then again, I feel like landlords should begin to be human in terms of think like people who don't even have a house. You're trying to help someone who doesn't have a house. Putting all these rules, and to me, it's unnecessary. It's very unnecessary. As long as the tenant keeps to the basics, pay your rent when you're supposed to pay your rent. If there are any light bill or water bill or whatever, you pay them. As long as the person is paying when he has to pay or when he ought to pay, I think that should be the major thing.
So imagine going for a party which the dress code is a mini skirt.
You
so
wear
I
your
have to
boo gown. When
put on my boo
gate,
gown when I get
you
there.
change to your skirt, and then when you're coming back, you change outside before you enter.
Before you step in.
mean,
Like that is
what
terrible.
kind of stress
it was
is
supposed
that?
to be an
That's
apartment,
stressful.
not
That's
a church
stressful.
gathering or anything.
Yeah, I
like
get it.
this is a terrible. So let me ask you,
So
watching.
how would the landlord now know who is doing hookup inside the house? Are you going to be knocking on the houses every night to check?
The moment
who
I
and
saw
who is
that
there?
thing, one thing I just said is, do they bring them to the house? Like, did they change that place to a brothel or something? Because I don't know. Somebody can
That's why I
actually
said
be there
probably
doing.
he has seen things in the past that had made him put this, rules. So if you're coming in now, these are the rules. He doesn't want this, and probably he has had encounters with previous tenants. You never can tell because we see that happen. Yeah.
Interesting. Different things we see here in Nigeria
so
and on the internet. And you know that I am always
folks.
here to bring them as hot as they drop. Yes, let me ask you watching. So if you wake up in the morning and you find that kind of notice, will you obey or just pack your things and go?
That's a big question.
You can engage with us on all our social media platforms. Drop your comments and we'll respond to them on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV. Well, today let's call it a wrap on trending, on viewpoints. I'm sure you enjoyed yourself. I enjoyed myself, and I know that.
I did.
So it was really a nice time here on trending, and even on viewpoints, from the dailies to the dialogue to the news, and now on trending. We enjoyed every bit of it.
Yes.
And tomorrow, you don't want to miss tomorrow's edition of Viewpoints, because we're bringing hot gist even on trendy. You know how we do it.
Exactly.
All right, this is where I have to say, see you same time tomorrow. Once again, I am Mercy Irabo, and I still have
Nkechi Tejere is my name. We're saying bye.